From the moment you enter Donegal and see the modified cars on the streets, there's no denying the county's need for speed and the tragedy that can sometimes cause. The rallies and speed events run by the Donegal Motor Club provide a legitimate outlet for that thrust lust. These are events where the greatest possible efforts are made to ensure the safety of drivers and bystanders. Ever since mankind was first faced with a mountain, the question has always been, can it be climbed? The second question has always been, how fast? The Donegal Hillclimb in Donegal for the last number of years, the answer to that question has been 39.25 seconds. A record set by John Leinster, who sadly, due to illness, is no longer with us. In 2006, he threw down his gauntlet, and a younger generation of drivers could only look in wonder at his pace on this challenging piece of road. In 2010, as the Connacht Competition Engines Hillclimb and Sprint Championship draws to a close, the rivalry of Simon McKinley and Paul O'Connor would lead them to challenge this record. After run 2 on Saturday, it still looked secure with the lads running in the 40s. It came under threat on run 3 when first Paul got very close with a 39.78. But then, in response, Simon shattered it by a second with a 38.19. These two were digging deep to decide the championship. Neither could improve on runs 4 and 5. Hill climbers are a tight community, and through years of association through sport, our personal lives become intertwined. The inevitable falling ins and falling outs. It was great to see these two sharing the glory of the pace that they were setting on their return to the paddock. After scoring at all rounds so far this year, Paul O'Connell needed just one more second place on the Sunday in Donegal to secure the championship for a 4th time, despite 7 wins by Simon McKinley. As the saying goes, however, to finish first you have to finish. And it looked like Simon was going to pay dearest for learning that lesson this year after missing a round to compete abroad. But then, fate intervened. And O'Connell was lucky to walk away from a crash which all but destroyed his car on the practice run on Sunday morning. O'Connell bravely got back in the saddle for a run in his old car that Donald Griffin had been driving, but 7th overall was the best he could manage now in the car that had taken him to 3 championship wins in the past. By completing the first run, Simon McKinley became the 2010 Connacht Competition Engines Hillclimb and Sprint champion. With the Connacht Warrior engine Lant, he celebrated by slashing his own record with a phenomenal 37.7 on the final run. Former Hillclimb champion Frank Burns was 3rd on Saturday, and newcomer Dermot Nolan was 3rd on Sunday. Classes on the weekend were won by Nigel Bryson, Michael Melia, Ian Quinn, Rory Stevens, Alan Kessie, Vincent O'Reilly, Enda Byrne, Joe Courtney, Paul O'Connell, Frank Burns, Karen Feeney, William Todd, Mervyn Johnson, Damien Lafferty, Harry Brown, Andrew Knox, Ernest Stewart, Victor Hunter, PJ Bonner and Manus Kelly. In the class championships, Trish Daly's dogged determination over 4 years has culminated in her becoming Class 1 champion. John Bradley had the job done in Class 2 several rounds ago and enjoyed the luxury of spectating in Donegal. Stephen Gillis claimed Class 3A with a win on Saturday in the Northwest. Éanna Carroll won 3B in his Turbo Civic and shows us the hill climb from his point of view. Dermot Quigley kidnapped Jerry Freeman so that he couldn't score in his absence while attending a wedding and won Class 4. Scott Milligan was smart enough to enter Class 5 and won that class unchallenged. Joe Courtney is Class 6 champion. Paul O'Connell got Class 7 from Seamus Morris. Karen Feeney made it 2 women winning their classes this year in 8, and Peter Cummins took Class 9. Simon is a man of few words.
Well done. Thank you.
But what he expresses through his driving has won him tremendous respect from his peers, and indeed over 1 million fans on the internet, who rejoiced in his exploits, particularly in the Mark II Escort. Now, with the Lant, he has the result to match the talent that so many have recognised.